Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. That one might start clicking. If we got Magnificent Monday, we have to have Wonderful Wednesday. Oh yeah, it's a wonderful Wednesday. Sun shining, sprinkling love on you. And today what we're going to be talking about is what to do if you're in fear of losing your job or you already have lost your job. So let's go ahead and get into it. So throughout my life, what I've come to realize is that when it comes to employment and earning money, nothing is going to remain consistent for very long. Sometimes you do get into a career field where you're there for the rest of your life, and that's the ideal situation. Everybody wants to find that thing where they're doing it forever, right? But what ends up happening is your passion just isn't there. Maybe you aren't advancing, or maybe flat out the company you're working for just goes under. And then what happens next when that passion isn't there, or you unexpectedly lose your job, or what's next after that? What's the next step? And I think that this is something that a lot of people fear. People fear not having a job to go to, even though that job may make them unhappy, or people fear, well, what's next if I leave this career? Or what's next if this company goes under? Or what's next if something like COVID happens and now I'm at a loss of income and I don't know what to do? And it's a perfectly legitimate fear. It's a fear of loss, right? A fear of having something and having it be taken away from you. But what life experience has taught me, especially when it comes to loss of income, is that when one thing falls away, another thing blossoms anew. And it's really difficult for me to explain this, but what I've noticed in my life is that when something ends, or I quit a job, or I'm not passionate about the work that I'm doing anymore, what I've noticed is regardless of the end outcome of that situation, whether it be I get fired or I quit or the company goes under or whatever, which I've experienced all three, something new that I wasn't expecting is right on the horizon. And the best part is that new thing that's on the horizon is something I would have never expected before, and it's something that I'm a little bit more passionate about than the thing that I was before that. And so for me, what I've learned to do is I've learned to just let go. Just understand that I can't control the next circumstances or the next situations. I can only control where I am right now. And my control and focus has to be in the moment and being happy with where I am, regardless of if I like the situation or don't like the situation. And I know it sounds like pie in the sky, right? I know it's like, oh, here we go. He's going to start talking about positivity again. Well, for me, the only reason why I am like that is because I've noticed that each situation that ended badly led to something that was better for me in the long run and helped me get a little bit closer to that desire that I ultimately wanted. And it was something that was completely unexpected. So what I've learned to do is just to not fear what's next, not fear that change, because when you start worrying about what's going to happen next, number one, you rob yourself of happiness. Number two, you're not able to be present in the moment. So you're not spending that quality time with family or friends, or you're not enjoying whatever it is that you're doing at that time. Whether it be, again, going and let's say you're going for a hike. You're not enjoying the hike because you're worried about, what's going to happen with your occupation, right? Or you're spending time with your family and you're not in that moment and you're not present in that moment and really enjoying those little moments. And so it was robbing me of my happiness, and it was putting me in a position where I wanted to be able to predict the future, but there's no way to predict the future. There's no possible way to do it. You don't know what's going to happen next. So what I learned through experience after experience after experience is, yes, I was worried when all of this stuff first started happening as I was going from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. But what I'm starting to realize now is that it's helping me more clearly define what it is that I want, and it's getting me closer to the life that I ultimately want to live. Because for me, I just have a vision for where I want my life to go. And what I've noticed is every single time a situation comes up that's difficult, like losing a job or any sort of growth experience, the next thing that happens helps me reach the next evolution of me getting toward that thing that I ultimately want. So right now, I'm in a position where 5 years ago, I wanted to be able to invest. Now I'm able to invest, and I wanted to start my own business and help people, and I have the ability to do that. And that's something that 5 years ago I was not able to do because I didn't know how to do it. But through progression and through quote unquote failures or losing jobs or being fired or companies closing, it's helped me more clearly define what I want, which has helped me take that next step toward that lifestyle that I ultimately want to achieve. And so that's why for me, I don't panic when it comes to loss of income, or I don't panic when it comes to careers or jobs or worrying about getting fired or anything like that, because I know that if that does happen, something beautiful is on the horizon and something that I can't even predict. So why even worry about it, right? I just know that I'm going to be taken care of. So that's been my experience. But what's been your experience? Drop it in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you feel like everything works out for you and you're just progressing toward that ultimate goal that you see for yourself? Or do you feel like, dude, I just lost my income, I don't know what to do, and I'm scared, right? Because either way, it's a great spot to be, because you're in control and you can decide what you want to do next. But other than that, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It's right there. It's beautiful. Of course, give this video a thumbs up. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Peace.